Hello, beautiful family. Welcome to, my Friday morning live today. I'm coming to you live from beautiful Danyasa here in the mini call. This incredible place. I'm actually sitting on my porch behind this beautiful jungle and beautiful, plants all around me. Mother Nature surrounds me. And today has been another powerful day. I just am reflecting on this powerful morning. During the yoga teacher training here, we are fully immersed into the teachings, into the wisdom of yoga, into awakening the goddess, awakening the freedom, the liberation of our true soul essence. Today we dove deeply into the goddess archetype of Kali. And Kali is so powerful. She is that part of the feminine that is absolutely and totally free. She is the dark one, and she is so misunderstood by so many. She's feared, she's misunderstood, she is demonized. She is basically not really recognized in society. She lives on the fringes of society. She is the feminine part of us that is the most raw, authentic, most fierce form, the form of Devi, Shakti, that shows up in our deepest despair, in our loss, in our hardest times. Kali is the freedom and liberation, and understanding Kali is truly understanding Tantra. The true way of Tantra is encompassing and embodying all of life, embracing both light and shadow in a way that we all make whole. We come from the deep wounds. Kali is here to point to our deep shadows and wounds. Kali is here when we are triggered as fuck, when we are angry, when we are afraid, when we are ashamed, when we are face to face with something that confuses us, that dishonors us, that violates us, that abuses us. Kali is the one that says, fuck no. And she pulls out her sword and she cuts away what does not serve us anymore. Kali is here to help us burn away what doesn't serve us, what prevents us from fully serving our purpose work, our dharma. Kali is the dark goddess of the earth. She is fertile ground, and she's also the toxic feminine that is still alive on the planet right now. In everyone, not just women. The toxic feminine lives in men and women. The toxic masculine lives in men and women. And Kali is here to actually face that truth, recognize that truth, and slash away the ego mind that tries to bring in the love of power, that tries to bring in confusion, that tries to bring in terror, wars, toxicity. Kali is the one that slices those heads of demons inside our own minds away. She burns away everything we lay down in front of her. All of our shadows, our shame, our guilt, our fears. Are we still afraid in our lives? Are we still ashamed? Are we still not allowing ourselves to be absolutely honest and true and stand in our integrity and stand in our purpose and not allowing the small egoic mind take control and be arrogant, be angry, in a way that doesn't serve. Their sacred rage. Kali teaches us how to be enraged in a sacred way, where we rise and we say, fuck no, to anything that tries to violate our bodies, minds, hearts, our souls. Kali surges forth from Durga, and Durga also is an aspect of this warrior power, warrioress power that lives within the feminine. The feminine is the one that destroys all demons, even the demons that are invincible, even the demons that think no woman can destroy them. She's here to destroy. And so Durga, in her toughest moments, furrows her eyebrows and she summons forth the essence of Kali, the essence of that warrioress that is here to reclaim her purpose, her birthright, that is here to reclaim her sanity from insanity. She's here to reclaim her power of love. She's here to say no to love of power. She's here to say no to chasing after clout, to chase after fame, to chase after even recognition. Like, who cares? We're here to simply do our work. We're here to simply show up in our most darkest selves and recognize them and take responsibility for any toxicity that may be present, for any corruption. And we're all programmed, corrupted. There are parts of us that are still toxic, no matter how much work we do in the world. No matter how much healing we do in the world, there are still parts of us in the world that are toxic and corrupt. And until all of us are free, none of us are free. If one of us is not free, none of us are free. And there are so many toxic people in the world. There are so many evil, mean, abusive, violating people in the world. And Kali is here to address that, to face that, to sit with it face to face, and to lay it all on the table and say, hey, this is not okay. And truly bring that radical freedom, liberation, a total, utter liberation and transformation. She's here to bring that infinite life, death, and rebirth, the cycle of life, Satanama. This is a beautiful Kundalini yoga mantra that connects us to that cycle of life, reconnects us to the wisdom of life, the teachings, the knowledge, the mystery of the darkness that is also holds, the darkness holds the dark. However, not all darkness is corrupt, not all darkness is evil. Darkness, the true darkness, is beautiful. The true darkness is fertile. It is magic in the starry skies in the middle of the night. It is seeds in the deep, fertile, dark earth that we get to plant our feet on and our dreams into. She is the heart that is wide open, that no matter how much hurt we have endured, we didn't turn toxic. We didn't turn mean. We didn't turn sad and wallowing in our victimhood. It happens, and we go into those places. That's called the underworld. The hero's journey is the dark, facing the dark parts of ourselves, facing the shadow in our most terrifying moment, being able to bring the power of the goddess, to rise from the deepest despair and to stand up for that, for the purpose of serving humanity, awakening. Shakti is here to shake us in order to awaken us, and everything in our lives must be shaken in order for us to awaken. And in our most deepest despair, in the darkest times, when we are ready to surrender and sacrifice everything, when everything is lost, but yet deep inside we feel free, that's the essence of Kali. She is the death of all of our corrupted demonic forces on the planet. And I know there are many people who disregard Kali. They don't understand her. They don't connect to her. They, keep their distance. And that's okay too, because she is used to it. She is the one that is abandoned. She is the feminine that is forgotten, hidden. She's kept in secret. She's been afraid of. She's not seen by the heart that seeks the truth. She is the truth herself. She is the most innocent truth, the most integrity that we get to stand in, the most honesty. She is the deepest honesty and intensity of that truth, where she doesn't care about what her truth will bring. As in, a lot of us are afraid of consequences if we speak our truth, or if we're not really fully true to ourselves. We are either afraid or ashamed, or we feel guilty, or we feel vulnerable. There's resistance, there's rudeness, there's, evil gazes. Like, we give each other dirty looks all the time. And it's about understanding that moment is Kali, and she's here to own. She's here to own her most deepest transformation and medicine, because out of those dark places, out of our deepest wounds and trauma, we want to bring out more pain and trauma. Trauma feeds upon trauma. And as we are able to sit as Kali, sit and watch all of our stories that come up, witness all of our stories, witness each other, witness the darkness, witness the radical freedom and transformation, witness the no bullshit liberation, the raw honesty of anything that violates, does not align, anything that flips us upside down and shake us, anything. She's here to say no and to take that radical responsibility for her darkness and to turn it upside down into the light, and to own her shit, own her shadow, own her actions that may not always align with her heart, because Kali is the one that runs mad and loses her mind, and it's like this spiritual insanity of her running wild on the battlefield with the swords and the shields, all kinds of weapons, slashing and slicing those demons that are already maybe even dead. And she's out of control, this feminine, that we see this feminine that's out of control within our own selves. When we are pissed, when we are mad, when we are dishonored, or this deep purge of the darkness comes through us as women, we're here to hold that space and to honor that space, to fully honor the dark side, the back side of our body as well, the back, the spine. Kali is the power of Shakti to rise through like Kundalini, the power of the medicine, the power of Mother Nature, the power of the grandmothers. She's here to illuminate our mind, to awaken our mind in the most exquisite essence of compassion and love. If you have ever doubted Kali's energy, turn into the shadows and see how you can be brave to face these shadows, how you can open your heart to Kali, to be the most encompassing, all-enveloping void of pure love and consciousness, to be that clear, true vessel of divine feminine, rising in her strength, courage, power, to be fully in her embodiment. Sometimes we're on our knees, clawing our hands into the earth, weeping, crying, like this dark parts of ourselves that have not been faced, that have been shamed and hidden for eons of time. And Kali says no more to that. Kali truly shows up in her most authentic, unapologetic, raw truth, the truth that is naked and bare and hallowed, the truth that is not covered by any kind of covering, like, here I am, hear me, see me, witness me, this is what I have to say, and allowing this power of the goddess to speak through you. The goddess holds so many faces. We can be a mother goddess earth, really embodying her essence. And the earth also rises up and roars in her sacred rage against all that is happening on her planet right here, right now. Kali is where the wars are. Kali is where poverty is. Kali is where misogyny, the disrespect, the dishonoring of all that is sacred, of all that is holy. She comes and she reclaims her ground. She reclaims the fertility of her infinite possibility. She reclaims her kingdom. Like, she says, no more. No more. I'm not available for this anymore. And she truly reclaims her sword, the sword of discernment. One of Kali's mudras is Uttara Bodhi Mudra. It's that, representation of the sharp edge of her sword. Her sword is the sword of discernment, the sword of freedom, revolution, the sword of awakening. Like, we're here to awaken humanity. We're done just being quiet and enabling. We're done enabling, truly, as the feminine leaders, as the teachers, as guides, as mothers, sisters, daughters. It doesn't matter what we're doing. We're here to truly bring that fierce love forward. The fierce love that is the most terrifying love for all that doesn't align. Because with her love, she cuts away what no longer serves. She burns away in the flame of her heart, on the burial ground of her heart, the center of her being. She dances there, and she dances for freedom for all living beings. May all beings everywhere be happy and free, and may all of our words, thoughts, and actions contribute in some way to that freedom and happiness for all. That's Kali. Kali owns who she is. She owns her toxicity, her corruption, and she slashes it away from her own ego. And in this way, she serves humanity, because as we are all liberating ourselves, we're helping liberate this world so that our children no longer have to suffer. As we gather these codes of healing, as we send these codes up to the cosmic consciousness that is here as creators, creating life, death, rebirth from infinity, we get to serve our mission in this way, collecting the codes of healing for all living beings. So Kali is that. She's the most fierce, radical way of transformation. She's here to smack you on the head and show you what's up. She's here to show you all parts of you that are not aligned, and anywhere she's still misunderstood. She's here to truly dance upon the battlefield. And it's none other but Shiva, which is our mind. If we understand the Tantra Yoga, Shiva and Shakti dance together as a whole. Shiva resides in our mind. Shakti resides in our sacrum, in our tailbone. And as Shakti rises through all of our energy wheels or centers, anywhere we are aligning, she rises and she meets him at the crown of our head, and she spills her power to awaken our pineal gland, our intuition, our inner sight, our clarity. She awakens the Shiva from deep sleep, that he's been asleep for eons of time. And together they dance this dance of liberation, the Tandava, the liberation and transformation and rebirth. And together they descend into the mouth, and they sing and they speak the words of the mother and father. The words become the children that we are birthing into the world, the children of our purpose work. And then they descend into the heart, and they dance inside the heart in this incredible alchemical divine union. Shiva and Shakti, Shiva and Kali. As Kali has many faces, Kali is also Parvati. And Parvati, in her devotion and motherhood and being a spouse to Shiva, she understands the world is on fire. And she dives herself into Shiva's blue throat. And she drinks the poison of the world that Shiva swallows as, that liberating power of transformation and death and rebirth again. And as Parvati drinks the blue poison of his throat, she turns into the blue skin Kali, and she goes into the battlefield and she fights the battles that we have to face every day of our lives. Every mundane day of our lives, there is some sort of a battle, whether it's a relationship, our jobs, our families, the events, just the system, everything we have to deal with is a battle of some sort. And Kali dances upon it. And in the end, when she loses her control, when she's mad in her forces, it is Shiva that is able to descend, because he's already awakened by his power. He descends down into her madness, and she sees him, and they see each other, and they begin to burn bright, and they begin to dance this incredible dance of Tandava, Nataraja, the dance of liberation, of death, of rebirth, of transformation for all living beings, for all of humanity, really standing as that divine union within, the alchemy of Shiva and Shakti within, as they help us all change our perspective, quantum shift through the old stories, programs, limited beliefs, limited thinking, self-doubt. Anywhere we're thinking we are something we are not, any projections we take onto ourselves, no more of that. They are both truly here to be the liberators in the most terrifying, grotesque, warrior, fierce, Bhairava, Bhairavi essence. Bhairava and Bhairavi is the aspect of Shiva and Shakti, and they are honest with each other. They are in the flow, they are supportive. They are the true essence of our inner kingdom. And as we really embody that union within, we're able to reclaim all parts of ourselves and no longer allow the shadows run our lives. No longer allow our trauma and wounds to be the bait for the world at large to continue taking from us. And instead, we get to reclaim our birthright, our full birthright of who we are, in our most authentic way, serving our purpose with the heart wide open, our eyes piercing, seeking the truth, seeking the codes of healing anywhere we look. And we get to stand in this power, the power of Kali. And we don't need to misunderstand her anymore. We don't need to be afraid of her anymore. We're here, this incredible power of love, compassion, like this fierce love. This is what we're here to do, to love each other fearlessly and fierce, and to pull out that weapon, to slash away our own triggers, our own trauma and wounds, and remember the medicine that is found on the battlefield, on the ground of the heart, the burial ground covered with ash, that is the fertile ground to all of our dream seeds to be planted, nurtured and cared for, and to rise and blossom in our full power, no matter what we're doing in the world. Bring your most authentic expression, knowing that that's what the true purpose, power, and prosperity comes from. Serving our true purpose with an open heart, whatever it may be. And so that's Kali, a little bit on Kali. It's happening here now in the next couple of days at Danyasa, Temple Body Yoga, 200-hour teacher training. The next training is happening next year, September 6th through 28th. So if you are feeling the call to become Temple Body Yoga teacher, we're here for it. We're here for it fully. I'm here to show up in my most authentic, most shocking, cathartic way. And we're here to liberate together, to help this world be a better place from these incredible teachings of ancient shamanic ways of yoga, to carry us through the myth and mudra and mantra and asana, pranayama, dhyana, darshana, all these incredible Sanskrit words that it's the words of yoga. Yoga is here to truly guide us on the path of awakening, liberation, ascension. And we get to not be afraid of what we must face in order to get to our highest frequency, and knowing that doesn't mean that we don't return to the old ways, or the old ways don't never take a hold of our control, but we get to be strong enough and reclaim and be, just simply allow yourself to be with no resistance, fully trusting and surrendering to the power of the goddess in whatever way and shape she shows up for you. And so we're here, we're going to have a powerful fire ritual tonight where we are going to release into the fire everything that doesn't serve us, everything that doesn't serve humanity. And in this way, this is how we heal all together. We heal as a collective, as humanity. Thank you so much for being here, for listening. I hear you, Ashes. It's coming. I hear you, girl. My Kali sword is here. And we are streaming. We are streaming in the most authentic way to be the true clear vessels, the empty, hollow vessels, to purge what needs to be purged in every way possible. And Kali is on board. I want to assure you from the deepest, most authentic power of my heart, an open heart, Kali is here in service to all living beings. And with this, I will finish. Deep gratitude to these practices, to this incredible land here in Costa Rica, the land of retrieving our souls, the land of remembrance, realigning and normalizing the beauty, the power, the healing, the power of love into our lives every moment. And continuing to shed the shadows, to shed the old skin, like the snake, seeing how nature can model to us how we must heal. Keep going, keep shedding, keep liberating, keep dancing and celebrating all of life, like Kali. Just feeling into all of that with me and with us, this beautiful collective group of incredible women, so brave, so conscious and aware. I'm so deeply grateful and honored to serve in this way. And I'll be showing up more with more information, more sacred information for all of us. Many blessings to you all. Namaste. And so it is.